So I gave out a photograph because fat, obese, overweight, anxious, depressed, hypertension, diabetes are some of the names that were labels for me or someone that I love, and possibly labels for someone you love. In 2011 in Georgia, I had a fabulous cookout that I hosted at my house. After everyone left, I laid on the floor to celebrate, but I forgot to put on my rose-colored glasses. So as I looked down for my feet, I saw my stomach about to pass my boobs. And I thought, well, how'd that happen? Where'd that come from? And then I thought, well, what am I gonna do? But I remember 2 years prior trying to be cute. I went to my closet, grabbed some gym shoes, grabbed a cotton t-shirt, went to the gym with someone who would remain nameless, went to the gym, jumped on the treadmill, came off, lost my big toenail. I never went back. So I said, 89% of the people who say on December 31 every year, I'm gonna live healthy, fail. Why? They don't have the clothes. They don't have the right gear. That was me. So I quit. But then I said in 2012, I'm gonna run for my life. I started running. I became a marathoner. I ran races. This hot girl. Ran races around the world. I've run over 6 marathons. But in 2016, on a training run with some girlfriends, I realized I wasn't reaching my peak performances during critical training points because I couldn't see my metrics. I couldn't see my watch through my sleeve. I didn't want to tug, I didn't want to move it because I changed my gait, I changed my speed. I wanted to kick ass at the Chicago Marathon. So I realized that there is a need in the industry. In 2016, ObservaMé was born. I decided to create a patent-pending design where you can see your watch through the sleeve of your long-sleeve garments. I did that. And I decided that as an athlete, for athletes who want to perform at high-intensity levels, we can meet your need. And I'll get to why I keep pointing to me, we manufacture quality, focus on functionality, we focus on sustainability, products that have preventable for chafing because we have soft fabrics. And I know you heard that a lot, and I'll get to the breakdown of those percentages. And we also have the ability to contour the design to your body to avoid, I can't stand when my clothes are swinging, and I call that fabric annoyance, right? So we have eliminated that. My goal is to eliminate your problems to get you to your best performances. That's the goal. We also fit for comfort to hug you. Who does not want to hug? So it's projected by 2028 in the apparel industry, the compound annual growth rate will be 6.6%. That is a $260 billion. 40% of that money will be made by female consumers. There's an opening at the table. ObservaMé has pulled up a seat, and we're leaning in. All right? You know you're on the right track when Shark Tank calls. You know you're on the right track when Time Magazine says you're a semifinalist for the best invention in 2022. We're making strides. Through our publications, print, social, digital media, we've been featured in British Vogue, Tatler Magazine. We've been on TV in Arizona. I don't live in Arizona. TV in Kansas City, TV in Tampa, magazines in Atlanta, and several gift guides on the internet because they know we have the answer to helping you reach your peak performance levels. Why does that matter to Title IX? It matters because our partnership together will help one another. We bring to the table a one-of-a-kind design that allows your customers to take away all obstructions to meet their peak performance goals personally as well as professionally. It benefits ObservaMé because it catapults us in a position to be in states for your 18 store locations where they just make sense. In states where long sleeves, not like Florida where they be like, I don't wear long sleeves. In the states where they just get it. And it makes sense to have a product such as mine that allows them with ease to hike, because we share these same customer types, hiking, biking, of course, running. So it's important to have a common goal with those who want to do business with you. So let's talk numbers, because I know it's coming. Q1 to Q3 in 2022 changed our life because in 2021, remember I told you I'd get to this. I cut, I sew, I ship from my facility in Tampa. Let me say it again. Because this is when I'm gonna get to this question because I'm sure it's coming. When I market, I make sure I emphasize the fact that I don't order from Amazon and put my label on it. I designed it, I get it cut in Tampa at my facility, we cut it, we sew it, and we ship it. So we have the capability to control that quality that I am advertising to you that we have. I gave the judges some sleeves. This is just an indication of what the functionality is. But we also have sleeves specifically for cyclists who want to demonstrate the functionality of the watch opening. And when they're in transition in triathlons, they can remove the sleeves and then they can continue on to the next transition. So we are meeting the needs of the athlete because as an athlete, I want to give you what you need. But I also like style, as you can see. So we have high collars on our half zips to protect you from the sun, but to give you that sexy flair to zip down a little bit if you want to. We got a sports bra, right? If you want to flash that as well. We have jackets, we have pants, because in 2021, as a consumer, I realized I want a full experience and I don't want you to go anywhere but to my store. So I want you to stay here and buy your pants, we call it an outfit in Detroit. I want you to buy a full outfit at my store. And I want to have you as a return consumer. So I want to tell you that we have rear pockets for your fueling if you have shop blocks and the like. So we are here to fulfill your needs. So back to Q1 to Q3, we had a growth rate up to, Johnny, 63%. As for you, I'm not a mathematician, I'm a lawyer. But we saw that growth. And it happened as a result of our efforts to put that dollar into marketing. I'm totally self-funded. I know my husband is not happy. And I told him, just hold on, we gonna make it. Because it's important to me that we create American jobs. And not by design, just happenstance, and I employ women. So our goal is for equality, Title IX. And to give you the functionality and the quality that I want when I'm on the pavement. I don't run marathons anymore, but I'm still running. Y'all had me out there climbing. And you pushed this 50-year-old to the edge, but I made it. So I close with this. Happy, healthy, designer, manufacturer, Black, female, entrepreneur is now the names I go by. ObservaMé, watch me.
How many products do you have in your offering?
So we have for women, because we have a women and a men's line. So for the women's line, we offer 6 different designs and they come in different colors. And for the men, we have 5 different designs as well. So we have tops and bottom for both the men and the women. What we have for women, men can try if they like, are the sports bras. But that's the one additional offering that we have for the women.
What is your hero product?
My hero product is the half zip.
Okay.
That's the go-to, because in the industry, in terms of running, my experience, that's the top that provides the flexibility. In the event that you want to disrobe during the run, it has that flexibility of unzipping, but it also transitions well into athleisure for people who just want to have sexy look and throw a blazer on, which I've done for meetings, and put on a pair of leggings and keep it rolling.
And then what is your best seller?
Half zip and my high-low jackets,
Okay.
because they cover the rump. People who want to have that coverage, because I'm noticing, and even in our high-lows, if you notice, it's just a little bit of a lip in the back, again, for the length to cover the rump, because people are wearing more leggings, but they don't want the exposure, so we give them that protection.
And then one last question. You mentioned that in your factory, you can address fit for women. Is that through customization, or is that just a general?
We can do customization. We also have been offering in Tampa, not quite sure how long this will last depending on the growth in the business. We do personal shopping experiences for our high net worth customers. We will come to your home and provide you with that experience. If you want customization, for instance, I have women who say, I don't have a lot of boob up here, so I want you to adjust, or I have a lot of boob up there, I want you to adjust the shirt, or whatever adjustments they may need. We have them come into the shop, or they provide us with their sizing, and then we make those modifications on site for them. We also, through B2B, have offered to gyms an opportunity for co-branding, so we have that customization ability as well.
Tell me about your name, the name of your...
My name is Karen Fultz-Robinson.
The name of ObservaMé.
ObservaMé is Spanish for watch me. So it's basically a play on words, because you can see the watch through the sleeve of your shirt. But also at the time that I created the company in 2016, selfie was becoming a very big thing, to see me, to watch me. And even as we were running, when we would go to events and get PRs, we took pictures. We want people to see our achievements. So that's where I got it from.
Congratulations.
And it's registered.
Nice. Congratulations on your growth.
Thank you.
So 63% growth from Q1 to Q3. What has contributed to that growth, and what is your run rate today?
Very good question. So we have sold since 2021. Let me go back and clarify. 2016, I'm a lawyer by trade. I was basically peddling shirts, so it was a side gig. In 2021, January, that's when I decided to go full-time, open up my own facility, and then expand the athletic line. As a result of that, it's more B2C, and we do expositions, conventions. We get out there because we want people to touch, feel, and understand the concept as we create brand recognition and confidence. So a lot of those sales are B2C. We're working through the United States Department of Commerce to get more international. We do sell in some marketplaces. We sold with Wolf & Badger, giving us exposure in the UK, as well as Australia and Europe. And that came by way of that relationship, and also had some in-store presence in New York to create brand recognition as well. So mostly B2C. We're working to get to more B2B, which is why I'm here. And in an expectation to get into more markets where the long sleeve garment makes sense, because that's what they think about initially. But we do provide a full experience, recognizing that this is our flagship. We want to get into markets that understand what it's like. So we've been talking to Dubai, and that's a challenge because, of course, the heat. But they're beginning to grow in their timepiece sellings in terms of fit tracking, as well as they have an increase in diabetes, increase in hypertension. So they're trying to address movement and the like, and getting into those areas, and as well as Africa.
Got it. And what fueled your decision to go international before, kind of focusing on domestic and growing that B2C first, or B2B first?
That's a very good question. Honestly, it came from my family history. My dad was born in 1928, mom was born in 1934, and what they have shared with me is old music and older artists who suffered in terms of notoriety, and a lot of that suffering came from creating a presence in the United States. And they recognized that going overseas was easier to get recognition where color was not an issue. We still have colorism in this country that makes it more challenging. I had specifically a woman ask me, because of my advertisement, do I only sell to Black people? So it's a different conversation in the United States than it is outside the United States. But don't get me wrong, I'm pushing nationally, but I don't see a reason why I should stop at these borders.
gotten just a tremendous amount of PR, and so do you see PR as kind of the main method of getting your name and brand out there, and as opposed to other forms of marketing or social media or whatnot?
I do it all. I do the social media, but I do find that the PR in terms of exposure and gift guides help with brand recognition, because I'm swimming in such a pond where Nike, Lululemon, Athleta have already created that goodwill and brand recognition. So because of the type of products that we sell and the groupings that we have to create more of a brand recognition on a national level, and PR helps us in that way. We do try to find influencers. We do try to find, we have an affiliate club program that I created to tell everybody you are an influencer, and share the profits with them if they are able to create those sales as well. Because there's also a pay-to-play scenario that I'm not a fan of, that I thought if we give it to our consumers opposed to individuals or companies that we have no relationship with, that's why we created the club, to create that marketing level as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'm curious about your production facility and how you would see scaling that as you grow. You said you own it, and so you have a sophisticated network, I'm assuming, of sewers and all the machines required. But yeah, tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So I have full-time contractors in-house, and I have part-time contractors who can be on call for larger orders. So in anticipation of what's coming, I always prepare for what is coming, not for where I am. So I've already created those relationships under my supervision for those sewers to provide those high quantities. And it's in Florida.
What's your biggest order to date?
My biggest order to date has been with the gym up in Buffalo, New York, where they submitted an order for their employees. That's the B2B. But in terms of our units, since 2021, we've sold over 200 units, and that's been mainly B2C.